Interesting facts number 9. Let's get into it. Number 1. Sombra has an ammo counter on her SMG. It's just represented by a format used in coding. To understand how it's represented, you need to understand what changing a number's base number implies. I'll try to explain it quickly. Let's take our normal counting format. When we count up from 0 to 9, the cycle resets to a 1 followed by a 0 at the number 10. The amount of numbers before the cycle resets to the next number in front of a 0 designates its base number. So since there are 10 numbers before the cycle resets at 10, this is what we call base 10 notation. Similar to this, what we know as binary is base 2 notation. You can see that it counts from 0 to 1, then the number 3 is represented by a 1 and a 0, similarly to how we represent 10 in base 10 notation. Hopefully that gave you a frame of reference for base numbers. Now you can see that Sombra's SMG starts at F. This is because when you use a base notation higher than 10, we need another symbol to reference 10 that isn't 1, 0, as we need to save that for when the cycle resets. And programmers typically start to use letters past 9, so you can see it count down from F to A, then start to count down from 9 to 0. This makes it base 16 notation, as there are 16 numbers between 0 and the cycle resetting. At the point that the cycle resets, the number above it reduces by 1 and resets the lower number back to F. This represents that the above number is the number of increments of base 16 numbers below it. Basically, Sombra's SMG is represented by 4 intervals of base 16 numbers that total to 60. Number 2. There's a weird interaction with Junkrat's tire and sprays. For one, if you have a spray before ulting, it disappears. Then you can spray during the tire, which a lot of people don't know, and that spray will disappear upon destruction of the tire, and your original spray will reappear. I just report on this stuff, I cannot explain why that is the case. Number 3. Anna's Halloween skin says trick or treat. This seems obvious after the fact, but considering that I didn't notice it for this long, and I consider myself to be pretty observant, I figured I'd be helping some of you out by covering this. Number 4. If you bubble as Winston the instant you say hello, it results in this goofy looking graphical glitch. I like it because it shows that the shield generator is simply tied to the location of Winston's hand, not an interruptible animation. Number 5. Sprays get stuck on top of this gate in Eichenwald. I speculate that this is due to the collision of the wall not traveling into the castle beyond this point. It's purely aesthetic that the rest of the wall is going into the castle. Either that or the spray has some form of hitbox that's colliding with the top of the wall. I can't say for sure, but there are some leads for any experimenters in the audience. Thanks for watching.